recognize the family of his last year. So, William and Heather, Dad, Bill, last but not least, Jeff, who joined her last. And between Jeff and Erin, connected a whole city. And we're going to take that on as our own family. Should I continue with the schedule or?
In 1 second, I'm just saying.
No pressure. We're just enjoying our time together.
I think I'm good on my end.
I was asking for signs and wonders. I love to do that on a daily basis. I ask to be present for supernatural things that kind of help me get through bad days or when it's kind of good day. And so last night was restless. It's like the book, the mirror, and I can't imagine what she would say. What could she show up as tomorrow? What signs and wonders? And this morning, I was taking my toes, getting a little nervous about the unexpected. And one of the songs that Amber and Sam are going to play came on the radio. I said, sign number one, not bad. So out here in nature, you know, anything can happen today. You have a favorite bird? That's her. You see a boulder or rock, really vain, while you're up there hiking. And always a little bit of conversation. Not just today. We're very long time. Are we good to go? Okay.
Just try to speak as loud as you can. I think you'd be welcome to take the mask down, even if they're far enough from us.
Sure. Okay. So
Hear everyone better?
I'd like to thank our friend Terry Fulham, an artist who's part of the Yellow Cat family of artists, for designing and making these in her sleep basically last night so that we could have some representation of Yellow Cat on our person. Gee, I would have worn lipstick if I'd known I could. I'm going to be repeating a few things just out of, emphasis. And sometimes folks are so lost in their thoughts they don't hear something maybe the first time around. And so I will repeat a few things as everyone. But allow your mind to just wander and come back. It's fine. Wherever you're at is where you're supposed to be. Today we're here to transition with Erin. Here in this peaceful place, at the opening to this natural grave, we'll prepare to give her back to Earth so that she may become part of it all. It's a great place to be. And we can come back here and be with her. We return her to nature that our number one adventure chick loved so much. She just loved nature. You know her, you know that about her. And as I was first visiting the area and I saw this beautiful statue, I thought of Erin and her kinship with women and women of power and adventure. And certainly the saint that this bird is named after. She's now transitioning into trees and the grasses, the beautiful little creatures and the elements of our shared Mother Earth. So with that, we had our blessing from Bonnie from the Gardroma Buddhist Center, and now we'd like to have two special members of our Dayton music family, Tim and Amber, to come sing a couple of songs that Jeff has picked from their wedding soundtrack. They're very near and dear to he and Erin, and the lyrics are especially powerful today. So, Tim Pritchard and Amber Hargan.
Love her, love scar, love in Mars, any heart, not such, oh strong, enough, take a lot of pain, take a lot of pain. Love is like a cloud, moves a lot of rain. Love her. Ooh, love her. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 but I want you in my arms, and I want you in all your charms. Whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 when I feel blue in the night, and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. The only trouble is, gee whiz, dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream.
Well, we all cried in that August backyard, those songs for celebration, and there's an air of celebration here in the pit. But I thank Amber and Tim for bringing back that memory for us, and making a new memory with those songs today. So, it's a fancy word for this section that's going to happen now. It's called a eulogy. And I feel a little humbled that I'm worthy to be the person to find words everybody today. And I'm open to new ones. As I'm speaking, what I've got here, this is just a plan. You just show up with a plan and a willing heart and listen for what you're supposed to do. So this may appear a little informal at times. I assure you I've got my organized notes, but it doesn't mean a whole lot when somebody like Erin is on your shoulder. So let's just hear part of what I had planned and part of what I think Erin has planned for us today. It was an honor to marry Jeff and Erin. Not like they needed a legal contract or anything. They had a covenant and family. But it was a symbol to move the family on and create a unit that would be recognized by other people outside the bubble. And with that, we've got William and Lando and Jeff as father and sons. And that's an amazing, beautiful thing. And we're so happy to support you as a family, as we always have, but especially in this new journey. And our hands are on you, Jeff, as you lead the path boys into manhood. They got a great start. Fantastic mom and dad. So we are all here for you, William, and excited about who you're going to be. We'll see your mom reflected in that for sure. So in the Buddhist traditions of weddings, I tried to touch on that a bit for their wishes. We did the wedding. And I talked about the wheel of Jeff and Erin. The wheel meaning where they were before they were human and how they became human and who the humans were that joined them in the next wheel and who their parents were before they came to this earth and who their children were before they came. And so now we have a whole other section of that wheel. And some of them involve family, not of flesh and blood, but certainly work. We know that by sharing every act of goodness, especially in the future in Orlando, we're going to see Erin's legacy in her eyes, in her smile, in her mannerisms. And we see that in Heather. We see that in Goldie. And it's a beautiful gift to folks who love you so much. We thank you for sharing that with us. We can spend a lot of time thinking about these philosophical wheels and cosmic things and supernatural things that mean so much to us, but I thought this might be a good time to consult one of the more intelligent beings in the universe that Erin might appreciate. A quote from Harry Potter. I tried to quote from Jane Austen, it was too depressing. So I went with Harry Potter. And this quote says, and I'm sure you'll agree that it applies to Erin, to the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. And that certainly sums up our adventure check, I would say. And she will be with us on all of our adventures. I'm sure you'll find her wherever you go. She displayed a great deal of power, which Jeff shared a few stories about those last few days. Willing herself, her body, to do things that no one would have expected, just to kind of show you she was in charge. She was doing it her way. And then there's this quiet strength that the power really is accentuated, where she hid a lot of things. She protected the family from a lot of things and tried her best to keep them from sadness or seeing pain reflected back in their eyes. And that takes a lot of strength too. Not maybe with your body, but the strength she had is very inspiring. And we're going to hold on to that. I want to speak to the family just a bit. Gretel and Bill. I'm a mother too. I connect with what you're experiencing. Never lost a daughter. And Bill, I know you've lost your father at a young age. I did too. I was 10. I lost my mother to breast cancer when I was 10. So I relate to boys. I relate to Goji. I relate to you as a mother. And Bill, I relate to you as a child. It's also not and Gretel, I heard that you told Erin that you would find her. I think you could take comfort in knowing that she found you first. And there won't be a whole lot of work and effort in that. She will be there. She'll be there in a different form than she is now. She'll find you. Billy, I never had a big problem. I can't imagine what it was like to be told that you were not only going to be a big brother to a sister, but two sisters. Two very strong-willed, fun-loving sisters. And you did an amazing job as big brother. Still doing a great job as big brother. So, thank you for being an example of what brother. So, William and Lando, you're two beautiful human beings above all. You're not just boys, you're not just men or future this or future that. You just are. And that's good. That's good enough. Your mom gave you a strong core. And your dad helped accentuate your life experiences through music and culture. And I'm so excited about your futures. But that's your future. It's not anyone else's. So own that. And let people help you. People love you. And they're here to listen. So with that, we're going to ask Heather and William, and I think maybe Goji might want to do something. If she's changed her mind, it's fine. They've prepared a couple things for us today. I'd like to come on up.
I'm gonna read a poem that I really appreciate, that has really helped me, and touches on a lot of things we talked about today. And I know Mom would really appreciate even more so. It helps anybody. Do not stand at my grave and talk. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am winds in the snow. I am the sunlight bright as rays. I am the gentle water rain. I am the wind in the morning's hush. I am the sweet lipstick dish. I am birds that circle the light. I am the sweet stars that shine at night.
How lucky can you get to be born with your best friend at your side? I didn't need a lot of things. I had her. She was my go-to. I described her as a big sister to me more than a friend. She somehow had it figured out. And has two amazing people who sang her release a song. And Kathy during Vicky on her last day, they just looked at her and said, "God, she's just so pure." And I'm like, yeah. Since she was little, I could look at her and just like, she's unabashedly alive, unabashedly like human and here for the world to do whatever. To work hard. It's very important for her to work hard. She's so smart. So smart. And I guess what I wrote that have that meeting is basically just plead to everyone. She lives on with us. We have to remember her. We have to talk about her. Share her stories, as Nikki says. We have these memories of her. And you all have memories of her too. And 40 years isn't enough, so I'm going to need you. Our family's going to need you to share those stories. I need you to honor her. Why not? Feel it. The righteous anger, the injustice that took her away from us. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. But she wouldn't want us to do that. She would want us to work hard like she worked hard to be a better person and to make the world a better place. So let's honor her always, every day, every moment. I love you, Sissy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. It certainly is easy to be cynical, and we all have grown up knowing the 5 stages of grief, and a lot of that is centered on anger. Anger is just an extension of fear. And fear is just an extension of lack of control. Control is an illusion. We like to believe we're in control, but the universe writes a whole different script for us that we are hoping to follow. There's a John Lennon lyric that I cling to when things aren't going my way. We saw a beautiful boy, and it says, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans." It kind of sucks, but a lot of times it works out better. You just have to have a willing heart and trust yourself. So allow yourself all of these stages of grief, because two people are in the same stages at the same time. You can experience all different stages of grief within a minute. That includes physical pain, wandering about aimlessly. I don't know when to eat. I don't know when to take a shower or take off my yellow cap shirt. But it's all okay. Whatever you are in is where you're supposed to be. And I would ask you to also not to try to discourage others around you from good way to support. So right now, Koji, I just want to make sure you want to sit out. Um, I have a little thing I want to read for a special being today. Erin's childhood bear has been with her through every bit of her life. Tata. Tata has a twin, Benji. Heather's bear, Benji. And Tata is with Erin and will be with Erin forever. So I want to acknowledge Tata and all the comfort that has been given to her through her life because of this bear, and all the comfort that will continue to give on their journey today and beyond. So Tata, this is for you. This is a reading from Classic that I know Erin would really love. And it is from the Velveteen Rabbit. Velveteen Rabbit is something that introduces children to the philosophy of loss and change and aging. So I'm just going to read some scenes from the book of two items in the nursery together, the rabbit and the skin horse. The skin horse is older and wiser. He's giving the rabbit some advice. Real isn't how you're made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just play with, but really loves you, then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, for he was always truthful. When you are real, you don't mind the hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, he asked, or bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, said the skin horse. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen often to people who break easily, or who have sharp edges, or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you're real, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes pop out, and you lose the joints, and you're very shabby. But these except to people who don't understand. So thank you, Tata, for being real and reminding us other toys on the planet. That's how it goes. That's how it works. So that is a little excerpt from the Mary Williams Bianco Velveteen Rabbit. So I want to open up any time anybody wants to come say something. If your heart is pounding really hard, that's probably a good sign that you should. You need to be nervous or cry. If you feel like you want to contribute today, this is your day in history. Next to Erin, this is your time. So no pressure. We're just going to hang out silently and wait for a minute. And anybody who wants to do that is welcome to come up. And I have Kleenex for you. And it's super difficult. And we do have this social media format where we can write and change and edit and erase and delete or send to certain people. That works too. That's fine too. So you can log your thoughts and feelings there. There's no shame in that. We'll all love and support that from you. All right, you want to come on? I told myself if they asked to share that I feel compelled to share today. Some of you heard the story, and my name is Christy Matheson, and she mentioned a picture she's like I knew this was tonight, so maybe I should share. So I met Erin through her friend Nikki. We did a retreat in Kentucky, and this retreat, many of you have heard this story, but this retreat is really for the adventurous people. It's for the people who like to go into caves and rappel off cliffs and hike for millions of miles. It's just for those group of women who like to be kind of all in life. And I kind of have been doing this retreat once a year for a few years, but I had this idea about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe to have an all women's group that we empowered each other and we lifted each other up and we encouraged and we did the hard things and we did them well. But it was just an idea, just a thought. And everyone came to the retreat that day, and there was 12 women sitting around, and our motto was the choice to overcome. That was our theme for the weekend, the choice to overcome. And we were going around talking about things we had already overcome or were overcoming. And we got to Erin, and this was October. She had started cancer treatments that summer. And she came and she said, Nikki brought me here, and I wanted to be here. And I'm going through cancer treatments, and I don't feel real well, and I might have to give myself a shot. But I'm here. And so we got outside, and many of the women weren't going to rappel because we go down a really high cliff off a natural bridge. And my partner in this said, "Okay, who wants to go first to rappel?" And Erin said, "Me. I'll go." So despite her cancer treatment, despite that she got sick several times on the way down there, she was the first to rappel down a very steep cliff. And she went down, and then she came back up. It was a pretty high climb back up, and she laid down and she slept for about an hour. And I looked at her and I thought, how does she do that? No matter what, all in. Even when it was hard and painful and it hurts and she was sick, she rappelled and gave it all. And it was that moment in time that I thought something is powerful here. This little idea that I had, it wasn't something I thought I should do, it was something I must do. So following that retreat, those 12 women, I sat with them and I said, I kind of want to extend this on, and maybe because of what happened this weekend, because every single one of those women, even the ones who said they weren't going to rappel, did it. Every single woman went to the cave. We subsequently were able to jump out of an airplane. We've done some crazy things, some fun things. But Erin, to me, was exemplified what an adventure chick means, which is all in, no matter what. She lived life like unabashedly, like her sister said. She lived life. She was all in. And it was an absolute joy. It was an absolute honor to meet her those years ago. And we are going to start an Erin Opt scholarship fund for women who maybe can't afford it, who are kind of hesitant to do these, as we do these trips and these retreats, to have her legacy. So I'm very grateful for her life, and I want to be just like her, all in no matter what. Thank you.
I don't have a story to share, but I just want to share a way of viewing things that has helped me at least a little bit the past couple days. And I've been thinking for a little while about what I want to keep from my parents, what parts of me I feel like are most because of them, and I want to keep thinking about those. I want to choose those, keep those as tenets of me, of who I am, and continue those going forward. And so I've chosen one for my mom and one for my dad and one for both of them together for who they were together. And just so I have something that I can repeat back to myself to remind me of both who I am and how I got here. And my dad's is a healthy outlook. My mom's is an iron will, and something that I think exemplifies both of them is just true kindness. And I really want to keep all of those things. think it'll take me a while to become as strong as mom I ever do, just because I've never seen someone so who's able to keep her heart open without letting people tear into it, without letting others hurt, make her less kind or jaded in any way. Like everyone has said today, I mean, I saw my mom jump out of an airplane, and like, and she was just loving it. I saw my mom on her last day just stand up and walk to a different chair like it was nothing. Just get up and walk around. And I want to keep that as part of me, no matter how long it takes to become that. I know that her will is going to keep me moving when mine.
That's an amazing gift. Not many mothers get to hear their children say those things. And it's an amazing gift to know that your child can move on like that. I'm going to tell my own little story that's off script, how I met Erin. She and I bonded across over cleaning some very gnarly paintbrushes. It was a work day for the circus at what we now know as Yellow Cab. And then we were cleaning these brushes, and it was just really hard and gross and smelly, and it was hot in there, and I'm whining. And she's just, isn't this great? I'm like, you're a cool person. I am not worthy of your company because I'm a whiner. And I said to her, we can throw these away. I'll buy new brushes. Let's go out there and have fun. Everybody's having fun and doing shots and celebrating and getting ready for the event and just hanging out. And as soon as I heard myself say it, I realized, oh no, you're supposed to have this time with this person. This is a new friend. And in that instant, I just saw her differently. Like, I'll scrub this whole floor tonight. That means I get to spend more time with this person. And so I thought that would be the end of my days as a whiner, but it was not. Many nights she'd come in and work. I was achy and complaining, and I don't feel good, and my feet hurt. And here would come Erin. Oh, I just got my new port. And I got a migraine, or this, what do we need? And she just start working, and I just feel so ashamed for my complaints. And I really resisted. Oh, don't you want to sit down? Why shouldn't just go home? Can I go get you something to eat? But she would put an ice pack on her neck. She'd do whatever she had to be comfortable, finish that shift, just so she could be with us and do stuff and not let cancer define her. And even though I saw those things in my mother and other friends that I've lost, none of them have impressed me like Erin. So that's my Erin story. And I appreciate that we have built this family and extended family. And I would like to thank the family for sharing her with us the way that you did. And for being parts, because we would all be there working, and here would come Goji bouncing in with a new toy, and the boys would be showing us, $1 million mansions that we're going to be buying. We would all join these conversations. It was great. So thanks for being our family. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to say something before we move on? Bonnie?
I wasn't going to speak. When I first met her, I had started up a remember voice, and I needed an assistant. So she had one try. But didn't want this one. Ever seen her before? And she said, I heard about your school. And I want to help do whatever I can. And when I looked at her, I talked to her. I said, here is a walking art. So I went to the powers that be. And I said, we don't know this one. We don't know about it. I said, well, you said to find out about people you're interested in. So we'll find out. Just turn it away. And of course, Erin, there was nothing to turn it away. There was no reason. So I said, you're my assistant. And until both of us got really busy, we said, she brought the things. And I wrote between the two of us, we were able to teach them things. But I know what Erin is.
Okay, we're going to move along if that's okay.
I didn't know Erin very well. I liked her before. Last night we were reading about different things. Thinking about Erin for the first time, I really felt her presence. And it meant a lot because I've been delving deeper into my spiritual nature and working on it. And I really felt like she was there, and it was the epitome of kindness. And kindness is the epitome of strength. Now I feel like I'm kind of passionate. But anyway, I felt like I have somebody to go with me on that journey. Her spirit's not limited to any particular place. It can be everywhere at once now. I really, really appreciated it. I always know that spirit. And it really made a big difference.
And we were blessed to have a painting of Erin and Heather that was done by a local artist, Megan Bailey. As part of a project to raise money for Erin's medical expense. And we bought the first print. And we took it to the frame shop. The guy owns the frame shop. Was so honored to frame it. He did a beautiful job. And it takes a special place in our home. So we always have that. And of course, we have art from you. So that lives on in our home. Okay, so I'd like to ask Tim and Amber to come back up and do a final song that Jeff has asked. This was the song that they walked off to at the end of their wedding, and now kind of ushering them out together in a new path. So, you guys ready? The night is cold. Oh, I won't be afraid. No, I just as long as you stand by me. So, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand, the sky that we look upon. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't. So, darling, darling, stay by me. Oh, by me. Oh, darling, darling, stay by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, just stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, I'm going to read a short blessing, and we'll have a conclusion. This is a Cornish blessing I found when I was kind of checking out what's this whole green burial thing. I kind of looked into it before, but never really thought much of it until, again, Erin, who's always got people thinking. I had the opportunity to find out more. I'm really loving her choices. So this was a blessing that I found in some of my research. I lay my head to rest, and in doing so, I lay at your feet. The faces I have seen, the voices I have heard, the words I have spoken, the hands I have touched, the joys I have shared, I lay them at your feet. And in doing so, I lay my head to rest. So I'm going to repeat this little thing we read at the top. It's good thing to hear again as we part. This is the time to return Erin to the earth. Erin, go onward from this world, carried gently by the greater hands who made you. We stand here, hearts torn open in love and loss. As we let you know, we now let you go, born into a deeper understanding. Just as the dark earth opened, now beneath the sky, will soon close its safe arms around you, and you will become part of a greater embrace. Everything pulled apart now will be brought back together. Everything aching and every hurt will be comforted and soothed Everything in chaos will find beauty and rest. All shall be healed. So, speaking again, going back to the supernatural thing, it was not lost on us that Erin passed on what would have been a night we were all together, our huge family, extended family Thanksgiving celebration, known as Last Waltz. Jeff's dream come true, and out of that, we realized that we'll never hear those songs the same again. Had you told us last year at the Last Waltz that we'd be in a world that we're in, and there will be no Last Waltz this year, and on top of it, it would be Erin's last waltz with us, we wouldn't have believed you, but here we are adapting and accepting in love without cynicism, and that's a gift to her. So the parting song from that production has become kind of the de facto parting song of the music community of Dayton. So Tim's going to lead us in the chorus as we come up, and you can speak to her privately. You can lay hands on that, and we're going to repeat this chorus as we part from one another and leave with a song in our heart. And remember how warm we felt. We were so worried about snow and cold and dressing warm, and here we are. She's blessed us with her smile, a very warm smile. And so we're going to have Tim sing us out, and we'll catch you out here towards the vehicles and say our goodbyes there.
We join you to sing with us. On the west down to the east, any day now, I shall be believed. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, I shall be believed. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, I shall be. See my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, I shall be.
Fire. Bye.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. You know if you need anything, all right? I'm not so sure if she should.